Today we're doing a deep dive into what are the benefits of marrying an Australian citizen or permanent resident when it comes to visa-related situations. The short and the sweet of it is marriage isn't always essential, so I'm giving you some of the most common myths and misconceptions and helping break them down so you and your partner can decide if you want to get married now, in the future, or if ever, and how to factor that into your overall plans and a future together in Australia. I don't know who came up with this rumour, but I've been asked one too many times, surely if I get married I'll be able to apply for an Australian passport. Wrong. Simply getting married does not come with any automatic immigration status entitlements. If you and your partner are hoping to be together in Australia and you're married, you need to look at applying for a suitable visa in the first instance, which may lead to eligibility for citizenship and the coveted Aussie passport later down the line. It's certainly a goal you can work towards, but there's no bypassing this simply with a marriage certificate. People often assume that if marriage alone won't suffice, surely having a child will. Again, this simply is not the case. No matter what your relationship or family composition, you still need to go through the immigration process and choose the most suitable visa for your circumstances. This could be a partner visa, or maybe even sometimes a parent visa, depending on the age of your children. All visas have different criteria. Some of them will take into consideration your relationship status, the visa that you hold at the time of applying, or other pre-qualifying conditions. It's not a one-size-fits-all approach. When it comes to partner visas, there are some benefits if you're married and have a child together, where you can be considered to meet the definition of a long-term partner relationship. This includes where you've been either married or in a de facto relationship for at least 2 years, and you have a child of the relationship, in which case you can be considered for the coveted double grant, fast-tracking your pathway to permanent residency instead of the usual 2-year wait time. Will getting married make a partner visa cheaper? Huh, I wish. Unfortunately, you have to pay the same fee for a partner visa whether or not you're married or in a de facto relationship or applying for a prospective marriage visa. So, in case of applying for a visa on the basis of marriage, you've also got to factor in the cost of a wedding as well. A lot of people have an idea that marriage is a more serious commitment, which means that it will automatically be taken more seriously. When it comes to your eligibility for a partner visa, both married couples and de facto couples are still assessed on the same criteria in terms of being able to demonstrate that they are in a committed relationship to the exclusion of all others, the commitment to a shared life, and that they live together or don't live separately and apart. At the end of the day, without substantial evidence, doesn't matter if you're married or in a de facto relationship, your visa won't be successful. We've seen plenty of de facto couples who arguably have more commitments to each other than those who are married, and immigration will take the overall context of your relationship history into consideration when making an assessment on your case. Whilst the department gives some weight to the legal commitments and obligations that are associated with marriage, they still want to know all about how and why you made that decision together as a couple and what it means for you and your future. So what does getting married actually do for a partner visa process? You can either apply on the basis of being married or in a de facto relationship. When you're applying on de facto grounds, you do need to demonstrate that you have met the legal definition of a de facto relationship for at least 12 months immediately prior to lodgement. There are some exceptions to the 12-month rule, including where you can demonstrate compelling circumstances or the relationship is registered. But the key difference is that there is no predetermined minimum period of time that you need to be married in order to legally apply. You still need to show that you're in a genuine and continuing relationship, so the marriage certificate alone is not going to cut the mustard. But where you have only recently been married or only known to your partner for a short period of time before you enter into a marriage, the department might want a little bit more information about the how and the why you've made that decision as a couple. The short and the sweet of it is, marriage isn't a golden ticket to a visa in Australia. Whilst it's something that will be considered and may be an important piece of evidence or documentation, there's still a lot of other things to be considered. If you're unsure about what is the best pathway forward for your relationship in terms of your relationship status and how that factors into your overall eligibility for a partner visa, we recommend that you get tailored immigration advice. I look forward to meeting with you soon.